Greetings everyone, my name is Atterville, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Mega Man Maker. In tonight's live stream, I'll be covering the level pack Mega Man Reckoning, developed by RetroGamerAaron. It consists of 14 stages, 1 intro stage, 8 RMs, and 5 Wily stages. So let us begin with this stage. The intro stage, with 63 plays and a score of 31. Please vote on which RM I should go after first. So welcome to the stream, Fort, Hyper, Jenoc, Mr. Lee, Rojolt, Jaden, Snivy, YouTube, and Pixel Boy. Also, as an important announcement, the voting for which game I'll cover during the first Wednesday stream will be closed once I'm done with this stream, so get your final votes in now, as soon as possible. I'll announce the closure of the votes right at the end of the stream. And remember, if the game you're voting for has almost no hope of winning, you can always swap to another game. One that has a better shot of winning. There's also heavy elites and Rajol's level packs. Those will be covered in the following weeks. Currently there's a tie between Cyber Shadow and Paper Mario 64 with 5 votes. 30XX was picking up for a while. I gave you the list, YouTube. It's in the chat. I hope someone makes some fan art. Even basic ones would work. More like level packs. Now imagine if they can make entire fan games in this time. Not really. You're only late by 3 minutes, Arcane. I'm still in the first level. It's also been a while since I last played level pack, due to the massive influx of levels, which I finally got under control following last week. You mean most difficult enemy to deal with? If we're not referring to RMs, the gyres probably? For bosses, it would probably be Concrete or Ringman. That's the stage done. Armor Joes, I haven't seen that much, but they're quite frightening. A decent start, one of the better ones, I'd say. Okay, based off your votes, the victor is... Storm Man, with 2 votes, 29 plays, and a score of 6. As usual, at the start we have to pick up special weapons, and we can also carry over E&M tanks. Many level packs failed to do the latter, so this is already ahead in that front. Good job, RetroGamerAaron. Probably gyres or Byries, as most special weapons can't destroy them. The only things I think that can destroy them are deflected shots, the black hole bomb, and that's about it. We don't have the Slash Claw yet. By the way, we have a storm going on in the background. So if I get disconnected and I can't reconnect, just close the poll in 2 hours, please. Hopefully it doesn't come to that, but if it does, keep that in mind. If there's a tie, then tomorrow morning, or if you want to tonight, I'll use a spinner and then decide that way. Okay, tonight then. I was afraid he was gonna be there. Nope, not an ice storm, just a regular windstorm, thankfully. We're relatively lucky here. No punch abilities yet. This final part of the race is quite exciting. Hello, Cookie. Combining both gimmicks together. Actually, all 3 gimmicks. Fans, the rain, and the concrete blocks. Wish there was a background here, it's a bit too empty. Yoku's? Best? That'll probably be Mega Man Fusion, or the one official meme guy made. And that collaboration pack. Heavy Elite's Fierce Battle Boss 2 or 3 came close, but it had some issues of how long the fortress was. Worst? Probably Mega Man Unknown, one of the early ones. Goodbye. Decent level. It does everything fairly well, excluding the climax and some of the gimmick combinations. Otherwise, it's fine. Yeah, RIP Slime Rancher, No Straight Roads, and Super Mario RPG. At least the latter lives on through its cousin. Let's see, who won? I think we have a winner. Next up is Sharpnel Man, who won with 2 votes, with 32 plays and a score of 11. Pixel Boy and Hyper Mega Man voted for them. Maybe it'll win in the future, who knows. Yeah, there was a Sharpnel Man in Magma 2. They won, I think, 10th place? Same here, Jaden. Huh? Don't worry, there'll be different voting gauntlets with different requirements. If you watched Proton John's grabback streams, you'll know what I refer to. Or rather, fortune cookie streams, my bad. Let's just say that there will be some more restrictive voting gauntlets. That'll give some of the lower rated entries more time in the spotlight. And besides, this is one of the more restricted voting gauntlets. I only really advertise it on the streams and Discord, not on Twitter, not publicly on my YouTube channel. In the future, I'll make it more open to public people. The reason why I limited voting only to regular users and beyond is to prevent drive-by votes. AKA a user just joining a Discord server for a few minutes, suggesting a game and then leaving. Or worse, a whole horde of users joining in for a few minutes to suggest one set of games and then leaving, thus breaking the poll. That's why I gave that security in place. For future gauntlets, I will open it up to everyone, albeit with more fixed options. Snivy, so after this stream and the game decided what happens next, it'll be slotted in for the first Wednesday stream. AKA... I'm dead. AKA March 3rd. That's the first Wednesday stream. I will next time, Mr. Lee. One of the things I wanted to run this voting gauntlet for is to promote people joining the Discord server. And to celebrate the people already in my Discord server. All of you. Next time, I will make it more public. This is kind of an experiment anyways to see how it fare out. They'll still be on my they'll still be on my commercial game to playlist, and they will eventually get played. They'll be saved for the next voting gauntlet, of course. Essentially, for the voting gauntlet winner here, it guarantees that it will be played. But for everything else on the list, they're more likely not going to be played, assuming they get more than one vote. The question is, they'll be further in the future. For example, the second place winner will have a greater shot of being played sooner, rather than a game like, I don't know, Danganronpa, which is in 3rd or 4th place. No one voted for it, YouTube, that's why. Yep. We'll see when it opens up. Well, I want to clarify something. So the next time when the poll starts up, what I'm thinking for the next voting gauntlet is that we'll keep the original entries from this time, but we'll reset the vote counts. So then we can pick out a less popular entry or whatnot. I don't want to keep the same vote totals because it'll bias us towards the second place winner, whether it be Paper Mario or the other one. It'll be unfair to games like, for example, Danganronpa, Mario Party, etc. Oh, Aviond? You mean Aveyond? I played a little of the first one. It was back in the era where RPG Maker was a bit more... had a better reputation. Why does RPG Maker have such a dour reputation now? Too much shovelware made with it. Too much cheap shovelware. That's why. Precisely, Jaden. If we keep the vote totals, it'll be really unfair to games that only got 1 or 2 votes. So next time, it'll be reset. What I'm thinking for the next voting gauntlet is that we'll keep the original games that were voted in here, but then restrict votes to there and people can pick that. And another one, I'll reset so we can do a clean slate. We can do a lot of other creative ones, like only retro games, only PC games, only SNES games, only games in a certain year, pick a game which actually gets in the last place, etc. Cyber was a bit more challenging, but that was more due to my own incompetence. Who wins? Next up is Toyman, who won with 3 votes, with 36 plays and a score of 10. I have Slime Rancher 2, and whether I'll currently own a game or not is also a factor on the order, if it doesn't win first place or one of the voting gauntlets. As I said, the voting gauntlets are a way to guarantee which game I'm going to be playing in the near future, whereas the rest are merely more suggestions. Until they win a gauntlet, of course. There's my E. Levels are longer than the NES. The levels are longer than the NES stages, but that's to be expected by this point. They're about 5 minutes apiece. 5 to 6. I say it's about decent. It does a decent job with its enemies and mechanics. Climaxes could be better. Otherwise, it's not the worst, but not the best. More towards better than bad. And when I think about it, more likely than not, the next voting gauntlet is also going to be on a Wednesday stream game. But we'll see. Because once I'm done with whoever the first place winner is, we'll need a new victor. We'll need a new option. Right now, if I don't have a voting gauntlet, I'll pick the second place winner, or tie. But again, what will be will be. Oh, Emerald, did you vote for a game already? Yes, on the Discord server. We're trying to vote which game I'll be playing on the first ever Wednesday stream. It's on the Discord server, and I know you're a member. If you haven't voted yet, you could be one of the people who decides which game I'll be playing. Pretty much, Jaden. Before we talk about the Monday streams, we need to see how the Wednesday streams go. That's why if the game finishes sooner, I'll pick the second place option, or close to it, or tiebreaker. Wait, I see something here. My bad. Whoa. That's why I say in the rules I reserve the right to deny certain games. That number 2. Cyber Shadow's probably going to take 2 or 3 streams. Maybe Panzer Paladin 3 or 4. But FF7, or really most FF games, I don't want to think about it. Thank you, Mr. Lee. That's one of my goals in the channel. Not only to cover Mega Man games, fan games, and inspired games, but also indie titles. I mean, compared... This is the reason why I don't, for example, cover a lot of Nintendo games, Nintendo mainline titles. A lot of channels already do that, which are bigger, but how much coverage do games like Primal Light and Super Cable Boy get? Almost zilch in comparison. I want to give those indie titles more time in the limelight, as well as warn people for titles that don't really hit the mark. At number 3, it was enjoyable, albeit I wish it was a bit more involved. I don't mind the looping stage, but I wish each character was based off a different Streets of Rage character. That's alright, Mr. Lee. I'm trying to grow the audience on the indie side. I love Mega Man, sure and all, but I also want to see indie games. Really, the thing I wish I had more of is more time. If I really wanted to, I could have requested dozens of more keys, but I don't do so because I don't want to steal keys or just sit on them, as much as I am now. Oof, 6 streams. And it'll be on single player too. Five? Oh yeah, Shovel Knight counts as 4. Wait, no, Shovel Knight counts as 5. Yeah, if I do a Shovel Knight live stream, it's gonna take about probably 10 streams. Maybe 9. Oh, I counted Showdown as well. Okay then, probably 8 or 9 streams. Well, Mega Man X. That's something that actually makes me happy. For once, it's not another Mega Man Classic clone or an inspired title. It's X and 0. I can see why, Jaden, why you've gotten a bit tired of Mega Man Maker, or Mega Man in general. But that's one of the focuses on the channel, so I can't just abandon it. One of the reasons why I keep doing Mega Man Maker, other than I still find it to be fun, is that viewers like it. A lot of viewers like it. I mean, if it brings more people in for the indie streams, I'll keep doing it. Hi, Eduardo. Hi, Game Fever. You're welcome, Proto. It was one of my favorites. Alright, folks, here's the current vote total. Cyber Shadow's leading with 6 votes, Paper Mario 64 with 5 votes, and in third place is Paper Mario, Mario Party 3, and 30XX. Emerald, you haven't voted yet, please put your votes in. You may be the game changer who changes things. It's located here on my Discord server under the channel Game Suggestions. Next up is Hydro Man with 38. Next up is Hydro Man, who won with 3 votes, with 38 plays and a score of 10. Thank you, Mr. Lee. I mean, if I had more free time, I probably could have streamed more and actually get through the indie games faster. I feel one of my main weak points is procrastination more than anything else. I always wonder if I could push out videos more and more if I practiced more and had more free time and more discipline too. I'm gonna do normal and hard mode. Maybe I'll do hard in the future. If we get to it. Well, we will get to it. The question is when. I mean, as long as the game doesn't break the rules and I can eventually get to it, I'll cover it. Even if I didn't decide to cover commercial titles and only focus on freeware games and fan games, I could be here for several years if we take into account stuff like the Sonic and Mario fandoms. Meanwhile, I'm not as productive as someone like Wanderbots. I'll show you what I mean after I'm done with this stage. I prefer not to answer that question, Mr. Lee. I prefer to keep that part of my life currently private. Thank you, Emerald. I used to be much less disciplined, hence why I couldn't publish 4 to 5 episodes each week. Now I've gone a consistent mojo down. Remember, I didn't used to stream on the weekends. I just decided to post content every 5 to 7 times per week. It's really freed up time in a way. I mean, the real reason why I'm a bit hesitant to use stuff like Parsec unless I connect to someone else is because I'm really worried about doxing. That's really the main reason. Nice. Well, if you can backtrace the IP ports, yes. Yeah, true IP addresses. I like this jump. Yeah, unlike when I'm streaming where you can't see the IP address unless you hack into my account or something. Plus I'm using Restream on top of that. With Hamachi, well maybe not Hamachi, but at least with stuff like Parsec, you can see which IP address I'm connecting through. Especially in this current time in the internet climate. I'm really hesitant to just give out IPs unless I really trust you. Call it paranoia, but I just don't feel comfortable doing that. If you want to connect to Parsec, don't you need to give an IP address out? Or has it changed a bit? Good point, Dad. It does sort of remind me of that. Basically, if someone's really a jerk, they could try connecting through that, and then backtrace the IP address through that. But if I trust you enough, sure, we can do it private one-on-one. Run that here. Not too difficult. Let me show you something. Remember how I was talking about content creation and publishing? This is the other channel I was referring to, Wanderbots. I'm still shocked how they're able to produce so much content on a daily basis. Just look at it. Factorio, Dungeon Munchies, Balan Wonderworld, Teamfight Tactics, Astronaut, Wholesome Verse. This is 7 different episodes in one day, 6 or 7 games. And it varies between the days too. And each episode is about at least 20 minutes long. This is what I was talking about on peak content production. I'll never be able to obtain this, probably. Yeah, and they cover a lot of indie games too, so they're kind of some of the leader on that front. They do it every single day, Emerald. It's even crazier than Newfie Banga. At least with Newfie, they post only 2 to 3 episodes per day. See, with Abdella and K-Wings, they usually focus on 1 to 3 games, but they have longer episodes to compensate. I just find it crazier when you have to balance out 7 or 8 different projects at the same time. But that's just me. And they probably hired an editor. Alright, it's been copied down. I'll save it for later, Jaden. There's a 3-way tie between Arctic, Shrapnel, and Construction. Pick who should win. Arctic Man. Next up is Arctic Man, who won the tiebreaker with 37 plays and a score of 17. 5 down, 3 left to go. Pretty good, mister. Construction will be next, unless I missed votes. So far, this pack has been relatively decent. Oh wow, that was a close one. Well, the other factor is I don't exactly want to be at their level. I just find playing 7 games like that in rapid succession really wrecks my experience of them. Unless you play them all individually in different weeks, in which case it's fine. I just like to focus on a smaller set of games, squeeze out the enjoyment, and then move on to the next one. Trying to balance remembering everything about each game, or the most important aspects, especially around 5 to 6, becomes problematic. Probably. Well, most likely, I mean. Mind you, there's another reason why I don't exactly want to have their update schedule. Did you notice their subscriber count versus the number of average views they get per video? They have almost 1 million subscribers, and yet each video averages about 1,000 to 2,000 views. That's a pretty terrible view to subscriber ratio. I mean, some of my videos actually reach the 1 to 2,000 mark as well, and I barely have the number of subscribers as they have. So even though they're succeeding in terms of content production and subscribers, they're failing in terms of that ratio. They're producing too much content. I just find 1 to 2 a day to be the best option. The best balance. Oh. Wish I had the power adapter. Nonetheless, I'm happy with having 1 video per week, one video per day. It's not like each episode is really short either. I aim for about 30 minutes each. I find that the best option is to have a production schedule which produces a regular amount of content without burning yourself out. And the way I set it up now, it's fairly good. I know I'll be taking a short vacation sometime in April. Other than that, it's fine. Whoops, right in the same spot too. Lies. We have Blue Maximus Flashpoint. We have Ruffle. We have Pocky. Flash games have only died in one front. They're still being preserved. If anything, they're kind of like NES games. Yep, you still can. They're far from being dead in the traditional front. Precisely, Jaden. Producing more content doesn't necessarily mean that they'll gain more views. Yep, I covered it, YouTube. You were there. Made it. Second hardest stage so far. By the way, Jaden, I stayed and watched more of OJ's stream. That was enjoyable. He kinda reminds me of Good Vibes Gaming. I'll subscribe to them. I love Freeze Man. One of the best bosses in Mega Man 7, I'd say. Or favorites. Oh, you were there, Emerald. I didn't realize you were that one. Marino's entertaining. Especially during your Kaizo races. Freeze Man's fixed. Well, as promised, next up is Construction Man. 44 plays, score 17. I accidentally skipped over them last time. Oh, you do, Jaden? List them out and we'll see. Most of the items in this pack are more of the road elements, the typical ones. Barring stuff like Cyber and Toy. Those are a bit different. We have our standard elements of fire, water, ice, electricity, wind, etc. Which is not a bad thing, just pointing it out. Usually in a Mega Man game, having a set of 4 standard elements is fine, but having 4 lesser standards is good too. Who will win? Ninjas or paper? Hi, Diamond. Don't forget pirates. I love the buff Freeze Cracker. It's finally useful. In the original Mega Man 7, it was kind of meh. Now that it pierces and freezes, it's actually useful. You got me there, little firemat. Goomba stomped. As I said, it was kinda meh. It felt like a nerfed shotgun ice. Plus there was Slash Claw, like you said. IMO, the best two weapons in 7 were the Slash Claw and the Junk Shield. I will say that the Freeze Cracker was far from being the worst weapon in that game. See, the fire weapon. At the current rate we're going, unless there's a change, Cyber Shadow will win. Yeah, Scorch Wheel. I get what we're going for, but why use it outside the forest on weakness? If you wanted a shield weapon, there's always Junk Shield. If you wanted better offensive utilities, there's almost every other weapon. Super Adapter with the Hyper upgrade was fun. Precisely, Emerald. What is the Scorch Wheel supposed to be strong to... Who's weak to the Scorch Wheel anyways? Outside of Burst Man. Oh yeah. Slash Man. I mean, even for Slash Man, it's pretty much better to just use the Freeze Cracker. Same with Burst Man, really. Of course, Burst Man's kind of easier, so I just tend to use the Scorch Wheel for pity points. Burst Man's weak to 3 different weapons, I think. Or just use a Buster. Mmm, delicious. But be more powerful. I thought the Pokeball was fairly powerful. It was a better version of the Surf Snake. Imagine if we had multi-weapon interactions, like you could freeze enemies with the Freeze Cracker and shatter them with the Power Stone or a heavy weapon. If there's one thing I wish this old pack did, it'd be to vary up the boss arenas. Yeah, precisely, Emerald. Precisely. Okay, folks, I'll be taking a short pause, but before I do so, there's one thing I want to do.
Robarme la imagen mejor para no batallar tanto. Aguántenme, se las voy a enseñar. Nada más para que vean un poquito a lo que quiero llegar, ¿no? Saludos a toda la gente que se viene conectando. Si algo ya
Jin
empezó,
asked me
díganme
to
por
raid
ahí,
this
nada más no me
person,
estén,
so
no me vayan a trolear. Por favor,
don't tell them.
no me vayan a trolear.
Link's here.
Ajá, ajá, ajá. Ajá, 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 ajá. Ajá, ajá, ajá. Ahí voy.
Wait,
Ok,
before
les
you
voy a
go.
poner ya en pantalla. A ver, imagen. Ahí está. Ahí está, imagen. Imagen. Ahí descargas. Aquí está. Bien, ahí se las
Type in
pongo.
that into the chat, please, when
Y
raiding.
la voy a acercar un poquito
I'll be right back in a moment.
para que se alcance a ver lo que dice. Se las voy a leer. Se las voy a leer. Saludos a las 85 personas que andan por ahí. ¿Cómo estás, Marito, Matías, Ricardo, Yasamasaki, Kiosero, Jack Willy? ¿Cómo estás? Guadalupe Estrada, Ariel, argentino tenía que ser. Bueno, es un buen comentario y ahí se los dejé y se los voy a leer tal cual. Dice, Fightgate es una gran plataforma desde que... eh, perdón, Fightgate es una plataforma. Puede que su existencia no apoye a SNK por obvias razones. Sin embargo, me ha permitido revivir esa adolescencia de los arcades y las retas desde hace ya algunos años. Ahora el Fightgate 2 está mucho mejor y más pulido. Pero considero de manera personal que aunque tardaron mucho tiempo en sacar la versión 2002 UM para PS4, es hora de apoyar a quienes hicieron posible todas esas tardes de diversión en las maquinitas hace ya tantos años. Para nosotros, los de la vieja guardia, que nos enamoramos del COF 2002, esta es la oportunidad de jugarlo sabiendo que con nuestro aporte esperemos se podrán generar mejores entregas de la compañía. Quién sabe y la 15 sorprenda. Un saludo desde Ecuador. Esta persona lo publicó en un grupo de Argentina, porque yo ando en varios grupos, pero fíjense el comentario. Este tipo de personas y este tipo de comentarios es lo mismo que yo digo. Estoy a mitad de los emuladores, pero también hay que apoyar a SNK. Este comentario es muy bueno, amigos, de verdad. Es de una persona que sí está viendo, que ya se divirtió, que ya utilizó el emulador, que le gustó, pero que también es momento de apoyar a SNK, que no podemos estar más tiempo atacándonos entre nosotros o tirándole mierda, porque SNK tiene que continuar, ¿no? Es un buen comentario, mis respetos para este chico Javi Alexander, mis...
Alright, I'm back, folks. That concludes the raid. Let's see the vote totals. Cyber Shadow's in the lead with 7 votes. Second place is Paper Mario 64. Tied with third place is 30XX and Mario Party 3. If there are no more than 2 votes added here, Cyber Shadow will win outright, and will proceed to March 3rd's first stream. The votes are in, folks. The votes are in, folks. Next up is Blaze Man, who won with at least 4 votes. 37 place, score of 10. In post, I'll add in the timestamps. So the last weapon I'll get is the explosive one. Oh, I don't see the pickup here. Maybe we'll get the power adapter here. I never used Fight Cade or Maim. I love emulation. Just want to put it out there. Bossman? Add a suggestion in game suggestions for it. Once the voting content ends, I'll open it up so you can put any number of suggestions. At least in the interim. I prefer the emulation when it just works too. Paper Mario needs more allies. Right now the Ninja Clan is coming in force. The more the merrier. Oops. Need a shield. This would be far more brutal if I didn't have that. This is scary. I'm not gonna take a chance. I'll consume a tank. It's not like this pack is rather difficult. Only a few spots are a bit tricky. For an average skill Mega Man player, Mega Man Maker specifically, they could do it. EM Sylveon Jaden. I think she's the best bet. I love watching tasks as well, especially when seeing how games can be pushed to their limits, and then some. My favorite one was that Pokemon Yellow one. I think this is currently my favorite level. But so far, all the levels have followed a relatively consistent quality. None I say is really bad or really good. They're all relatively the same. Decent. Consistent. Oh, by the way, next time Stage comes about, I'm gonna try streaming more of those fan games and freeware titles. I love the interaction between me, you, and the developers. Perhaps I'll gain an official time slot too. It took about 5 years to produce Chapter 1. I mean, the prologue. I don't know how long it'll take for the next one. I want more Starbuster as well. If Cosmic Bowl comes back, I will do another Let's Drive It properly this time. It's one of those games where I actually advise only playing through half the tutorial. Last at RM's is Sharpnel Man, with 33 plays and a score of 12. Estalon started out fairly dark, so not too much of a dark turn. Advent Neon, yeah, that's one of the crowning gems too. Advent Neon excelled in terms of gameplay, Puppet and Jupa and charm. Cosmic Bowl for also gameplay, but in a different way. Cyber Shadow came out last month and is available on multiple platforms, Steam, GOG, and a few others. At this rate, it's gonna take about 2 streams, perhaps. Looks really hype. Yeah, the biggest problem with Cosmic Bowl is his training. There are some moves that straight up weren't explained in the training session, which would be really handy, like the 100 punch. It's buried in the manual. That's why I had such a hard time against the first boss. Maybe also some better feedback. Bye. No, this is not Blastman's team. This is Fuse Man. I still don't have the punch adapter, power adapter. I like Mega Man 11's soundtrack, the beats, but its instrumentation is kind of eh. One of the weak points of a rather phenomenal game. I know, right? So much hype. I was rather worried if it was going to be a cash-in title or not. It ended up becoming my second favorite of the classic games, or even my favorite. Honestly, I think the 8-bit renditions are better for the most part. That number 2. I'm damage boosting this time. Poor use of damage boosting. Of course, the spot where I really want it. I watched a video by Picastri on that, or someone. No, it was by Billiam. I have to cover that. Yikes. I'm gonna have to have the manual with me. Two, one. So basically an almost 100% run. My sympathies go to them. And that's all 8 RMs defeated. Let's see if there's any updates. Nope, no new updates to the vote count. Let us take the fight to Wily at Wily Stage 1. 32 plays, score of 10. Dropping us directly in. Now I have the power adapter and the jet. Where were they in the previous stage? Mind you, for the game suggestions, I'll still keep the limit for 2 suggestions per person. For now at least. So I don't get flooded with everything under the sun. Wily 1, I love this team too. One of the best tracks even in the original. Again. Let's do it properly this time. I wish we had a Wily 2 team. Oh, Oh boy. Imagine doing that without a special weapon. Suddenly this pack has become much harder. When I say harder, I mean rather difficult. Yikes. Suddenly has spike jumps like this. Before it was mostly smooth sailing, now combination of gimmicks in really dangerous environments. Oh god, Retro. Welcome to the stream, by the way. So far, I'm liking your pack. It's decent in terms of quality and rather consistent. More so than many of the other packs. I wouldn't say there is really a best level of this pack or a worst level. They're all around the same quality and have similar flaws and strengths. The thing I'd say to work the most on would be the climaxes for the stages. Please put a checkpoint nearby. Surely there's one nearby. I don't remember seeing one. I would love to have them. Shame it's not meant to be. Same here, Jaden. I'm surprised we had a Sonic vote before a mainline Mario vote. Perhaps we'll have a victor in the future. Oh, this reminds me of that moving boss. What's his name? The one that follows these rails in Cossack 2 or 3? They were twins as well, the Cockroach Twins, I think? A fun Fortress boss. There is a boss in Mega Man 6 which is similar, with two of them. One was a solid pick, didn't expect a difficulty spike in the middle, or rather general difficulty increase with platforming. On to Wily Stage 2, 23 plays, score of 8. One down, 4 left to go. By this point, I'm going to be heavily using special weapons. More so than I have already. They're one of the most important aspects of Mega Man Classic. If special weapons didn't exist, the Mega Man series would have less of a hook, especially with the Classic series. I mean, the most important aspects of Mega Man Classic to me are the special weapons and the creative levels with different level objects and enemies. Without one or the other, the game falters. The series loses its identity. Especially as the base moveset of Mega Man is rather simplistic. Now, I still think special weapons are more important than good level design with Mega Man. The latter is still fairly important. I just rank it differently. Now, a series like the X and Zero series, that changes up a bit because your base moveset's more advanced, what with dashing and wall jumping. That's why I'm more okay with the special weapons or level design being a bit diminished. Even then, special weapons or the Maverick weapons in the X series are useful. I mean, Mega Man character, his main conceit is that he can copy the abilities of bosses and sometimes enemies. That's his mainline strength, because otherwise, in comparison with most of the other RMs, he's weaker than them. Mega Man is essentially the jack of all trades, master of none. Well, barring some exceptions. See the time where Mega Man's special weapons are stronger than the World Master's uses of them? Hang on, let me deal with this. Same here, Jaden. Same here. Sometimes the community gets on my nerves, but for the most part, it's been an enjoyable experience. I wouldn't have it any other way. And all the games that were selected are fairly solid picks too. Ah, almost made it. And Wilderman's the example of one of those games which is an early access but is fun nonetheless. Oh, Fun reuses of the mechanics combined with each other. In fact, this does a better job than at least 75% of the level packs I played, where they do a somewhat okay job of reusing the mechanics. This does a decent job. I just wanted an E-tank for refills. I'm dead. Or am I? Oh, so close. My foot got stuck. Two deaths here and two deaths in the previous stage. If I just slid there, I could have survived it. Oh, oddly pertinent, Jaden. That was from the Luna and the Mod campaign, wasn't it? I was actually getting a bit worried with the campaign quality following the first one, but they finally balanced the difficulty properly following it. Here's hoping the Draven campaign is also going to be solid. I'm just waiting for a mod that increases the party size limit from 5 to whatever. It'd be fun to send an entire army of adventurers in. Because I actually missed out on some dialogue in Luna and the Mod, because I didn't take Luna's little sister in. Fine either way. It gets the point across. I know there was a statement like that in one of the campaigns. Actually a bit easier than the previous level. But it fits the traditional bill of a sewer stage. Oops. Oh, there goes the synchronization. Bye. And Mega Man does an explosion escape too. Nice touch. For an extra bit of flair. We're halfway through the Wily Fortress. On to number 3. 19 plays, score 5. Same here, Jaden. I'm always trying to be a bit nicer to all games in general. Maybe whether they deserve it or not. I've always want to try to focus more on the neutrality or positivity. There's already enough negativity in the world. I don't want to add to that, if possible. See, as much as I want to malign Non-Apocalypse, its main issue isn't actually the game itself being bad for making mistakes. It's more in the sense that it doesn't have enough. It only does the basics and nothing more. Moon Raider's problem is that it's not balanced properly. To put it another way, with Non-Apocalypse, it's like having a sandwich with only bread. See you later, Emerald. Thank you for adding your votes in. Thank you for being an active member of the community. If the trend holds, the next stage will be rematches, and 5 will be the final encounter. Well, yeah, that describes Unknown pretty well. Being half-baked or quarter-baked at best, really. Moon Raider's problem, as I said, was bad bouncing and the sound engine being terrible. I mean, seriously, what's with the compression? This one, on the other hand, is decent all around. Maybe almost good, too. It's not the best one I've played, but at the very least, it takes its gimmicks, assets, enemies, and whatever else and explores them to a decent extent. Somewhat satisfactory, I'd say. I mean, if I were to describe this, this is like a better version of Mega Man 5 or 6. More or 5. Oops. Really? Okay, yeah, it was a bit too lag. But again, for all the indie games I played, none of them I really hated. There's one which I came close to, but that was due to it being early access and having other wonky problems. Probably after Sunday, I'll start to shuffle around the indie games to cover. I need to cover Gene Forge and Gem Wizard Tactics. Perhaps the latter. Intense? Nope. I never played any of the games in the Crash franchise. Of course, I never owned a PS1 or 2 or 3. I was more of a Dreamcast guy before I exited out of consoles entirely. I wouldn't say it's the worst of the classic series entries. 5 is kinda bland, 6 is a bit too easy. But I can't say they're bad, they're just okay, I suppose. Ow. Of course, I was right next to the checkpoint, probably. And now I have to do this the hard way. again. I thought it was actually one block to the right. Yeah, pick up. Okay, we made it. Some of the stages could use some more checkpoints. Oh, Dad, I think I remember. That's ringing some bells. I avoided that title because I wanted to cover indie games. If it comes back and I have a suggestion, sure. I'll be running 2 or 3 streams for Sage 2021. And especially after that admin got banned, things are looking brighter. No E-Tank. Sad. Pick a fall. Ah, there you are, glorious checkpoint. You thought you were gonna get me fire. You are today. No, thank you. I have enough problems with you already. Normally I don't cover M-rated games, but I can make a bonus stream for that. Oh, I have to use special weapons for this. Or perhaps... Jump in, please. Hello? Make like Bowser and SMB3 and fall in. I'll get to Haven once I finish those other 2 demos. I'm gonna try defeating him the final way. Thank you. Difficulty-wise, this is the toughest, mainly due to that one section. Rest of the stages didn't really die much. Yikes. And it's only a demo too, so I'm probably just gonna make a 30-minute Let's Try until the game's done. I prefer not to do full Let's Plays of games until they're done. But if it's close enough to done, I'll do the Let's Play and then pause when I get to the end. Vote count still maintains itself. Sour Shadow's in the lead with 7 votes. Next up is Wily Stage 4, 29 plays, score 5. I did go about and finish the rest of the demo. It actually ended at the end of that warm stage. That was it, the end of it. Of course, the other reason was because the previous day before I recorded wasn't the best either, so I didn't have as much motivation. Nonetheless, it turned out better than I expected. Apparently some people had some problems with the controls. Some I got lucky. Here I got unlucky. I'm happy that we have a spiritual successor to ActRaiser. Warm with an O. Oops. Okay, Russia, save me, please. No. Yafu, go away. Problem with Yafus. Farewell to Blade. Farewell to Arms. Rush almost saved the day, but the Yafus pulled me out of it. Using Rush it there is a bit too risky, unfortunately. Oh, didn't get the corner. I kinda wish there was a checkpoint before that section, so I don't need to go through this upper part first. Probably not, Jaden. It was made in the Mega Man 10 era. The era where people started using the actual tracks more. Ah, checkpoint's here. Shame that once we entered the era of more reproducible MP3s and OGs, we lost that. Then again, we gained some other goofy ones. See, Tate the Isosope. Ah, that's the first time we've seen you in the demo. I mean, level pack. The Mugens, Pixel, Sprite cutscenes have their own charm. Geez, this is one of the longer level packs too. Not the longest, but we're coming up to 2 hours. Not necessarily due to the quantity levels, but how long each one is. 5 to 6 minutes apiece. I was hoping this was going to be a rematch stage, but no, it's a regular stage. We entered the fortress, we went through the waterways, we went outside. Now we're in the outskirts again. In the Starscape. 2 votes, YouTube. Unless you can somehow pull off a miracle victory in the next 20 minutes or so. That's alright, Jaden. Ah, that's why. I'll eventually get to Blasphemous. Mark my words. Same with Sultan Sanctuary. Maybe even the original that started it all, Demon Souls. That's Gambit. I don't have that, but I may get to it. Oh, so close. I got trapped in the opposite direction. And I'm sent back here. Checkpoint's a bit further spaced than what I'd like them to be, but I suppose it works. This isn't too far back. Okay, this has turned into the hardest stage only due really to the fan and spike sections. That's why fans are my least favorite gimmicks in Mega Man Maker currently. Really? 7 or 8 deaths now. At least here. In the other Mega Man games, they're fine. Whoa! What did you... I just want to get this done and move on to the next level. This one jump, yeah. Save up a concrete block for it. Bye, Fort. Thank you for watching the stream. I kinda wish there was a checkpoint here for that last section. Because putting that last enemy there is kind of I don't know, it feels kind of jerkish to me, seeing how it's next to death spikes. Come on! Game, I was pressing the jump button. That's why I really don't like those sorts of sections here. Now I have to do this again. I'd rather just make that last section with damage spikes. It's more fun that way. I never really liked the instant death like this category. I'll give it one more go. If I die, I'll just use the level editor, because we're right at the boss battle. As a suggestion, I say to ease up the last challenge, or please put a checkpoint here. That's not fun at all to me. Or just put damage spikes there. Okay, we're in. We made it. Least favorite stage of the game. Please ease up on the difficulty with the fans. If there weren't those many issues, I could have been done with the pack by now. In fact, I'm just gonna use special weapons to make my life easier. I never actually used the wild coil here. Okay, we're out of this painful area. Wily made it way too secure. Frankly, if he wanted to make the entire fortress secure, he should attach a giant fan in front of it. So last but not least is Wily Stage 5, final level, 20 plays, score 3. Wild Coil kinda got a buff here, but yeah. No, it's more better as a utility weapon. In 7, I wouldn't say it's the worst weapon, though. That honor goes to the Scorch Wheel. And unfortunately, E-Tanks won't help either in the previous stage. Yeah, Skull Barrier. Good start. Somewhat tight, but fairly manageable. We've been true tougher before. It will, YouTube. I'm sure of it. This one, that's kind of tight. I'd ease up on the timing at least by 1 peck here. I don't have a screen clearing weapon. Okay, I need this. That gives me plenty of time. No? Really? Okay, I have to use it after I blow up those blocks on the other side. Okay, where are you? So yeah, you need a lot of... You need to swap weapons ASAP in order to do that. Please ease up on that. I see. I have the messenger from Epic Games. Yeah, about 5 minutes, I doubt it. Ah, rematch time. Time to suss out weaknesses. Some will be fairly obvious. Not quite, Jaden. There's a GOG version. Any refills down there? Thank you. Oh, you're actually weak to this. One more. Your explosions. Good riddance. After the really tough stages before, this is far better. The last part of Wily Stage 3 needs a nerf, and Wily Stage 4... The last part of Wily Stage 4 needs a nerf. Also, please nerf the start of this stage. That one force beam specifically. This is it. Time to put a stop to Wily's reckoning, and save the world yet again. First is Blast. No refills of weapons. One down. Now double bouncers. Double bouncers down. Who's next? Triple splash. This is like Reznor, isn't it? This is pretty much Reznor. One down, two left to go. Unlike Reznor, they don't speed up after you defeat one of them. Bye, Wily. Your next plan of world domination failed. You should have hired Airman instead. Alright, so this marks the end of Mega Man Reckoning, a fairly decent level pack, whose only main issues, for the most part, are climaxes, and the final part of Stage 4 of Wily Fortress, and part of the introduction of Wily Stage 5. The rest were decent. The main issue with the RM stages is that their climaxes could be better, could be manufactured better. I wouldn't say there's any bad, worst levels or best levels of this pack. Everything is remarkably consistent, albeit there is a difficulty spike in Y Stage 1, which eases up with 2 and 3, but returns in force with 4's ending. I recommend you try it out, but be careful once you get to the final level. Stock up and E-tanks. Alrighty folks, moment of truth. Time's up. Voting is concluded. So here are the final results. In first place with 7 votes is Cyber Shadow. This will be the game that will be covered in the first ever Wednesday evening stream on March 3rd. Congrats to everyone who voted for it. In second place is Paper Mario 64, and in third place is a two-way tie between Mario Party 3 and 30XX. So after Cyber Shadow's done, I'll likely either play Paper Mario 64 or run another gauntlet. I'll see how it goes. Or I may pick my own option. I will be going on vacation in April after all. Thank you everyone for contributing and voting in this first poll. There will be many more gauntlets in the future. GG ninjas. Also for those who voted for Paper Mario, you put up a good fight. At first it looked like you were gonna win or tie, but ninjas pulled through. So tomorrow morning I'll be streaming Alpha version 0 and evening wise Aground. Well then, thanks for watching and thanks for being a wonderful part of this community. See ya.